Get ready to learn. Go! If you have one apple plus another apple, do you get 1, 2, or 5 apples in total? 2 apples. 1 plus 1 equals 2. If you have 1 apple plus 2 apples, do you get 8 apples, 2 apples, or 3 apples in total? 1 plus 2 equals 3. If you have 1 apple plus 3 apples, do you got 4 apples, 2 apples, or 6 apples in total? 1 plus 3 equals 4. If you have 1 apple plus 4 apples, do you have 9 apples, 1 apple, or 5 apples in total? 1 plus 4 equals 5. If you have 1 apple plus 5 apples, do you have 3 apples, 6 apples, or 8 apples in total? 1 plus 5 equals 6. If you have 1 apple plus 6 apples, do you have 7 apples, 2 apples, or 4 apples in total? 1 plus 6 equals 7. If you have 1 apple plus 7 apples, do you have 3 apples, 6 apples, or 8 apples in total? 1 plus 7 equals 8. If you have 1 apple plus 8 apples, do you have 10 apples, 9 apples, or 4 apples in total? 1 plus 8 equals 9. If you have 1 apple plus 9 apples, do you have 2 apples, 6 apples, or 10 apples in total? 1 plus 9 equals 10. If you have 2 apples plus 1 apple, do you have 8 apples, 3 apples, or 7 apples in total? 2 plus 1 equals 3. If you got 2 apples plus 2 apples, do you have 1 apple, 8 apples, or 4 apples in total? 2 plus 2 equals 4. If you have 2 apples plus 3 apples, do you have 5 apples, 2 apples, or 9 apples in total? 5. 2 plus 3 equals 5. If you got 2 apples plus 4 apples, do you have 1 apple, 9 apples, or 6 apples in total? 2 plus 4 equals 6. If you got 2 apples plus 5 apples, you got 2 apples, 7 apples, or 10 apples in total. 2 plus 5 equals 7. If you got 2 apples plus 6 apples, do you have 5 apples, 3 apples, or 8 apples in total? 2 plus 6 equals 8. If you got 2 apples plus 7 apples, do you have 9 apples, 1 apple, or 3 apples in total? 2 plus 7 equals 9. you got 2 apples plus 8 apples, do you have 7 apples, 10 apples, or 2 apples in total? 2 plus 8 equals 10. You got 3 apples plus 1 apple, so you got 6 apples, 10 apples, or 4 apples in total. 3 plus 1 equals 4. You got 3 apples plus 2 apples, you got 9 apples, 5 apples, or 2 apples in total. 3 plus 2 equals 5. You got 3 apples plus 3 apples, you got 6 apples, 9 apples, or 1 apples in total. 3 plus 3 equals 6. If you got 3 apples plus 4 apples, you got 7 apples, 2 apples, or 5 apples in total. 3 plus 4 equals 7. Do you have 3 apples plus 5 apples? Do you have 5 apples, 1 apple, or 8 apples in total? 3 plus 5 equals 8. If you have 3 apples plus 6 apples, do you have 2 apples, 9 apples, or 7 apples in total? 3 plus 6 equals 9. If you have 3 apples plus 7 apples, do you have 10 apples, 5 apples, or 2 apples in total? 3 plus 7 equals 10. If you have 4 apples plus 1 apple, do you have 3 apples, 8 apples, or 5 apples in total? 4 plus 1 equals 5. If you have 4 apples plus 2 apples, do you have 2 apples, 6 apples, or 9 apples in total? 4 plus 2 equals 6. If you have 4 apples plus 3 apples, do you have 5 apples, 7 apples, or 10 apples in total? 4 plus 3 equals 7. If you have 4 apples plus 4 apples, do you have 8 apples, 3 apples, or 1 apples in total? 4 plus 4 equals 8. If you have 4 apples plus 5 apples, do you have 3 apples, 9 apples, or 7 apples in total? 4 plus 5 equals 9. If you have 4 apples plus 6 apples, do you have 10 apples, 5 apples, or 2 apples in total? 4 plus 6 equals 10. If you have 5 apples plus 1 apple, do you have 2 apples, 9 apples, or 6 apples in total? 5 plus 1 equals 6. If you have 5 apples plus 2 apples, do you have 10 apples, 3 apples, or 7 apples in total? 5 plus 2 equals 7. If you have 5 apples plus 3 apples, do you have 6 apples, 8 apples, or 3 apples in total? 5 plus 3 equals 8. If you have 5 apples plus 4 apples, do you have 9 apples, 5 apples, or 8 apples in total? 5 plus 4 equals 9. If you have 5 apples plus 5 apples, do you have 6 apples, 10 apples, or 8 apples in total? 5 plus 5 equals 10. If you have 6 apples plus 1 apple, you have 7 apples, 3 apples, or 2 apples in total. 6 plus 1 equals 7. If you got 6 apples plus 2 apples, you have 3 apples, 8 apples, or 10 apples in total. 6 plus 2 equals 8. If you have 6 apples plus 3 apples, you have 7 apples, 9 apples, or 4 apples in total. 6 plus 3 equals 9. If you have 6 apples plus 4 apples, you have 3 apples, 7 apples, or 10 apples in total. 6 plus 4 equals 10. If you have 7 apples plus 1 apple, you have 5 apples, 9 apples, or 8 apples in total. 7 plus 1 equals 8. If you have 7 apples plus 2 apples, you have 9 apples, 3 apples, or 10 apples in total. 7 plus 2 equals 9. If you have 7 apples plus 3 apples, you have 7 apples, 10 apples, or 3 apples in total. 7 plus 3 equals 10. If you have 8 apples plus 1 apple, do you have 9 apples, 6 apples, or 5 apples in total? 8 plus 1 equals 9. If you have 8 apples plus 2 apples, do you have 7 apples, 7 apples, 4 apples, or 10 apples in total? 8 plus 2 equals 10. If you have 9 apples plus 1 apple, do you have 10 apples, 6 apples, or 3 apples in total? 9 plus 1 equals 10. Way to go!
Thank you for watching A to Z Education for Kids. Please click the subscription button, make sure to hit the like button, and give us a thumbs up.